Across California's vast and varied landscapes, a quiet transformation is unfolding. From the sun-drenched shores of the south to the fog-shrouded hills of the north, the very foundations of its legendary real estate market are beginning to stir. For decades, this land has been a symbol of endless growth and unattainable dreams, where fortunes were built on the bedrock of ever-rising property values. But the natural world teaches us that nothing remains static. The forces of economics, like the slow, inexorable pressures of geology, are reshaping the terrain. In the intricate ecosystem of supply and demand, a subtle but significant cooling has begun. The relentless heat of the market is finally giving way to a more temperate climate. This is not a story of sudden collapse, but of a gradual, almost imperceptible shift, a quiet recalibration that is rippling through communities, altering destinies, and creating new opportunities where none existed before. It is a phenomenon as natural as the changing of the seasons, yet for the millions who call this state home, its effects are profound. What follows is an exploration of this new frontier, a journey into the heart of California's most iconic urban centers, to witness firsthand the subtle signs of this great change. We will observe the intricate dance of market forces and human ambition, played out against the backdrop of some of the world's most recognizable cityscapes. Join me as we journey through the Golden State, discovering the cities where the tides of fortune are shifting and home prices are falling. If you want to stay informed about the latest trends in California real estate and beyond, be sure to subscribe to our channel. Your support helps us bring you more in-depth stories and cinematic journeys like this one. Sabat Aden Sabon. Our journey begins in the vast, sprawling metropolis of Los Angeles, a city of dreams, woven from a tapestry of countless neighborhoods, each with its own unique character and rhythm. From the glamorous hills of Hollywood to the sun-bleached boardwalks of Venice, the pulse of this city has long been measured by the soaring value of its homes. For generations, the price of entry into this exclusive world has climbed ever higher, a seemingly unstoppable ascent towards the sun. But now, a change is in the air, as subtle as the shift in light at dusk. Across this urban expanse, from the San Fernando Valley to the eastern suburbs, the relentless upward pressure shows signs of easing. The frenetic bidding wars, once a common ritual, are becoming less frequent. Homes linger on the market for longer, their asking prices a testament to a newfound hesitation. It is a quiet cooling, a collective exhalation in a market that has held its breath for far too long. We travel north, to a city defined by its dramatic topography and the iconic fog that rolls in from the Pacific. San Francisco, a place of staggering beauty and, until recently, staggering expense. Here, perched on its 7 hills, the real estate market has been a formidable peak, seemingly impossible to scale for all but the wealthiest. The tech boom fueled a fire of such intensity that it reshaped the very fabric of the city, creating a landscape of glass towers and multi-million-dollar Victorian homes. Yet, like the fog that blankets the Golden Gate, a cooling influence is now drifting over the city. The fever has broken. In neighborhoods from the Mission to Pacific Heights, the once unthinkable is happening. Prices are beginning to recede. The torrent of all-cash offers has slowed to a trickle. A new, more cautious equilibrium is being sought. The city, for so long a symbol of technological and financial invincibility, is revealing a vulnerability, a return to a more terrestrial reality. Further south, where California meets the sea, lies San Diego, a city blessed with a near-perfect climate and miles of pristine coastline. Its real estate market has long mirrored the gentle, consistent rhythm of the waves, a steady, reliable increase in value, year after year. The allure of its relaxed lifestyle and sun-drenched beaches created a powerful current, pulling prices ever upward and making homeownership a distant dream for many who work within its sunny confines. But even here, the tide is beginning to turn. The relentless surge has lost some of its power. The sands of the housing market are shifting beneath our feet. In communities from La Jolla to Chula Vista, the high watermark of peak pricing has been reached, and a gentle retreat has begun. The once insatiable demand is now being met with a more measured response. It is a subtle correction, a quiet rebalancing, as the powerful forces of affordability begin to exert their gravitational pull on this coastal paradise. We venture inland to the state's capital, Sacramento, a city of government and history, its character defined by the canopy of old-growth trees that line its streets. For years, Sacramento was seen as a refuge, an affordable haven for those priced out of the coastal megacities. This migration fueled a rapid and dramatic escalation in home values, transforming the city's market into a smaller-scale reflection of the coastal frenzy. The quiet capital was no longer a secret. Now, a period of quiet recalibration is underway. The frantic pace has slowed, and the market is catching its breath. Beneath the shade of its famous elms and oaks, a new reality is taking root. Prices that once seemed to be on a permanent upward trajectory are now finding a more stable, sustainable level. The influx of new residents has not stopped, but the speculative fever has subsided, allowing the city's housing market to return to a more natural, less volatile state of being. We arrive now in the epicenter of global innovation. San Jose, the heart of Silicon Valley. This is a territory where fortunes are made and lost with breathtaking speed, and the housing market is inextricably linked to the volatile cycles of the tech industry. For decades, the flow of venture capital and stock options created a torrent of wealth that flooded the real estate market, pushing prices to astronomical heights and creating a kingdom of tech royalty. But the cycles of nature and technology are intertwined. When the fortunes of the tech giants ebb, so too does the pressure on the housing market. A downturn in the stock market, a wave of layoffs, a shift in investor sentiment, all these factors send ripples through the valley, and so we see it now. The once unassailable fortress of San Jose real estate is showing cracks, prices are softening, a direct reflection of the changing fortunes in the digital realm. The land of disruption is itself being disrupted. Our journey takes us to the vast agricultural heartland of California, the Central Valley, and to its largest city, Fresno. Long considered one of the state's last bastions of affordability, this region has its own distinct ecosystem. Its economy, rooted in the rich soil that feeds the nation, has historically supported a more modest and stable housing market, far removed from the speculative bubbles of the coast. However, the pressures from the coast eventually find their way inland. As coastal residents sought refuge from extreme prices, they brought the competition with them, causing Fresno's market to heat up in unprecedented ways. But that heat wave is now passing. The surprising shift here is not just a cooling, but a return to its fundamental character. As the external pressures recede, Fresno's home prices are falling back to earth, realigning with the local economy and offering a surprising glimpse of renewed affordability in the Golden State. We move east, into the Inland Empire, where the desert winds sweep across the landscape. Here lies Riverside, a city that has grown dramatically as part of the massive suburban expansion out of Los Angeles. Its growth was fueled by the promise of more space, newer homes, and a more attainable version of the California dream. This promise created a powerful magnet, drawing in hundreds of thousands and causing the housing market to expand at a prodigious rate. But you know, the desert winds are fickle, and they are now changing direction. The relentless expansion has met a new resistance. In the sprawling tracts of new homes and established neighborhoods alike, the momentum has stalled. The landscape of homeownership is changing. Prices are beginning to retreat from their recent peaks, driven by the same economic forces that are cooling the coastal cities, but with a unique, local effect. The dream of desert living is being repriced. Further north in the southern end of the Central Valley, we find Bakersfield, a city surrounded by open plains and the nodding derricks of its oil industry. Like its neighbor Fresno, Bakersfield has long been a center for agriculture and energy, with a housing market that reflected its blue-collar roots. It was a place of practicality and affordability, a stark contrast to the opulence of California's coastal enclaves. The recent statewide boom did not leave Bakersfield untouched. It, too, experienced a significant run-up in prices as demand spilled over from more expensive regions. But the connection to the fundamental economy here is strong. As the broader market cools, Bakersfield is experiencing a subtle but clear downturn. The speculative tide is receding from these open plains, revealing a market that is once again more closely tethered to the realities of local wages and industries. Our journey leads us to the intricate waterways of the San Joaquin River Delta, to the port city of Stockton. This is a city with a complex history, one that has weathered severe economic storms in the past. Its housing market has seen dramatic cycles of boom and bust, making it a sensitive barometer for the economic health of the entire region. It has been a place of both great hardship and remarkable resilience. True to its nature, Stockton's market is once again in a state of flux. The recent period of growth and rising prices, which brought a sense of recovery and hope, is now giving way to another turn of the cycle. The waters are receding. The ebb and flow of the broader California market is felt acutely here, and prices are beginning to fall. For Stockton, this is not a new phenomenon, but another chapter in its long story of adaptation and change. Our final stop brings us back to the coast, to the diverse and dynamic city of Long Beach, a unique blend of bustling port, artistic enclave, and classic beach town. It has always offered a different flavor of coastal living than its neighbors, Los Angeles and Orange County. Its identity is etched by the Queen Mary, its vibrant downtown, and the gentle ocean breeze that moderates its climate. This same breeze now seems to be carrying a chill into the real estate market. While it has long been seen as a more accessible coastal alternative, Long Beach was not immune to the recent price explosion. Now, as the regional market corrects, Long Beach is evolving with it. From Belmont Shore to Bixby Knolls, the signs are present: more listings, fewer offers, and a gradual decline from the peak. The city's real estate scene is entering a new phase, one defined by caution and a search for a new, more sustainable balance. As the sun sets over California's breathtaking vistas, from the crashing waves of the Pacific to the silent majesty of the desert, we are left with a powerful reminder. These cities, each a unique habitat with its own story and struggles, show us that change is the only constant. The relentless climb of the past has given way to a period of reflection and readjustment. This is not an end, but a transformation, a natural cycle in the complex economic ecosystem of this remarkable state. The falling prices we have witnessed are more than just numbers on a chart. They represent a shift in the human story. For some, it is a moment of anxiety and loss. For others, it is the long-awaited opening of a door, a chance to put down roots in a place they thought was forever out of reach. In the ebb and flow of the market, new stories are always being written, new dreams are being formed, and the character of California itself continues to evolve, in fascinating and unpredictable ways. The narrative of this golden land is far from over. The forces we have observed today will continue to shape its future, creating new challenges and new opportunities. The quiet transformation continues, and the next chapter is already beginning to unfold. Where will the next chapter take us? Only time, the ultimate storyteller, will reveal the answer.